I think I always wanted to be an artist, but in countries like Nepal, everybody kind of expects you to pursue career in sciences, and I was good in studies, so I couldn't like get away with it. And after I completed my high school, I even tried studying art in Nepal, but there wasn't any great school or good libraries, any good source of education for learning art. Then I decided to come to the US, and after I got here, I could study anything I wanted. And that freedom of choice allowed me to give full time
To what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was after my graduate school years. I got my MFA in printmaking, and then when I got out of university, I didn't have the studio space or printing press to continue what I was doing, and I was doing large scale prints, so that required a lot of space to create the work and to store them as well. So after losing that space and materials, I kind of moved to smaller scale work. I was just naturally drawn to books for like unknown reasons. In the college town I stayed, they had this place called swap shop where people used to throw away things they didn't want and then get something they could use. And then I could get a lot of free books in that place, and I had been collecting them for no specific reason. And then after I my MFA, then I slowly got drawn into this idea of making some use of those books. And then with time, several techniques developed that got me into where I am today. Not the text. I'm not interested in what the book says or what the author had intended to say. I choose the books based on the titles of the books. No, I don't have to read the books, because what I'm trying to do through my works is to experience the world beyond what language allows us to experience. So if I limit myself to just reading and understanding the world, then I will not be able to see, feel and experience more than that. So I want it to go beyond language. Yeah, I focus only on one work at a time, but when I'm working on one work, it gives me ideas for other works. It informs and inspires for other works. And then I do quick sketches or quick trials of those works, but then I continue on that work. So one at a time, but each work informs and inspires other. Methodically, very much. And as I said, there wasn't any good school or good platform to study art in Nepal. And Thanta is the only art form I could explore at the time. So that's what I did, and I'm happy I did because it gave me the discipline I need to do what I do, and patience. Because even when my works look very simple and my processes, it can be taught and anyone could probably do it, but not everyone would be able to do for an extended amount of time. You can probably cut half page, but then to continue it for on several pages and then for several years. That takes a lot of patience, and the processes are very monotonous. It's boring because it's very repetitive. You do the same thing over and over again. So those all elements are in Thanka process, but then concept is different in that Thanka is preconceived and pre-designed with a pre-determined goal, but my works are open to interpretation, and they don't have the final output determined before they are started.
Or the narrative that is
No
behind
narrative.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
The other
I'm
one
not-
will have a.
I'm not trying to say any specific. It's very new to me, the residency, because I never felt the need, because I work in a very small space, just one table is enough for me. But again, my works cannot be understood through the medium of photography. I can take very close-up images and then send it to someone, and they would still not comprehend how it was made and then how deep there is in the work to see. So to be able to come here and then have anyone, all the art collectors, curators, gallerists and art enthusiasts come in person, see the works in person, meet me, have conversations, it's very good for me, because that way I feel comfortable feeling that my works are in the homes of people who actually value them, and they are not just mine because they look good, but they understand the process, they understand me, and they value the works. Being introduced to the art scene in Miami and all of Latin America, that's very new, because I studied here in the US, and then I am showing in India and South Asia and Middle East. So my education gave me like European art history, and then showing in India and Middle East, I'm getting to know South Asian art scene. Now I'm being introduced to this whole new art world, and it's a good learning process for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.